going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rob Switch Reviews. And it's been a hot minute since we've had him on the show, but we got Val from TrippyFood here with us today. Val, how you doing?
I am doing fine. Thank you for asking. I'm in sunny California. It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
I'm in kind of warm, kind of cold Ohio.
It is. Oh, and I was going to say it was February. It's not February anymore. It's March. So, you're on that tail end. No, what I miss about living in Southern California that you probably, I don't know if you take advantage of it or you don't even notice it, is the forsythia. Forsythia is a hedge. And in March, in the spring, it's one of the first things that blooms, and it's bright yellow. So you have these bright yellow hedges and everything. That's forsythia. They don't grow out here. So I miss forsythia.
One of the first things that blooms out here is dandelions.
I'm a northeastern boy. Yeah.
Originally from what, Maine?
No, originally from Pennsylvania, but I grew up in Massachusetts. Lived in Texas for a while. Lived in Portland, Oregon for a while. Lived in Southern California for a while. So yeah, kind of been all over.
Now, Val, before we get into what we're doing today, and guys, we are doing the Heineken Zero. Probably help I could find the label and turn it right. There we go. This is what we'll be doing, but we're talking for a quick second here. Val, I owe you a bit of an apology.
Really?
Just a little one.
I was highly offended.
I know.
You should.
I know.
Why do you owe me an apology? All
right. So recently I interviewed a Twitch streamer that goes by Dan Banania.
Okay.
And in the video I had said,
I think I saw that one.
You commented on it.
Yeah. Because there was the whole thing about banana thing. So yeah.
In the video I had said, unlike anyone else I'd ever interviewed.
Oh, right.
Just like me, you're married. And then you commented, hey, wait a minute. So unlike any other Twitch streamer is what I meant to say. So my bad.
Okay. Val. Yeah. And I'm not a Twitch. I haven't even drank yet. I'm not a Twitch streamer as of yet. I have an account. I have not activated it yet, but after hearing some horror stories, I'm wondering if I should.
It's a debatable thing, but we do have a product in our hand. Heineken Zero. Zero alcohol.
So the kind of backstory on why we're doing Heineken Zero today is when we originally spoke, you asked me if I would mind doing a Heineken, and I said, yeah, sure. And it's not like I don't drink alcohol, as I do. For me, Saturday night's my beer night, and I always have a beer. But the thing is that a Heineken 0.0 is new. And so I wanted to try. So that's why I asked you. I said, hey, can we do the Heineken 0.0 since that's new? Now, to be honest, I haven't had a Heineken in probably a couple decades. Honestly, it's been that long since I had an actual Heineken. So I don't know that I will have enough memory to be able to compare the taste of this Heineken with the original Heineken. Now, one of the things is I was looking on Heineken's website. And they say Heineken 0.0 tastes different from regular Heineken. It has the same characteristic fruity notes, but with a soft malty body, like me. Fruity notes, but a soft malty body. When we remove the alcohol part of the characteristic Heineken flavor is evaporated, we bring back these characteristics with our natural flavor. And I don't know what natural flavor is when you're talking about beer. Maybe it's like, hops and malt or something. I don't know. So it just seemed really interesting because it's supposed to have like a slightly different flavor than the regular Heineken. And I just thought it would be interesting to do that one. So thank you for accommodating my request.
Well, no problem whatsoever. I mean, I kind of figured, you day drinking at this point for you, you're 3 hours behind me. It's 3:13 in the afternoon here. So
yeah, it's just afternoon. That's okay. It's afternoon. I could drink alcohol. No, I do drink alcohol. It's just that in this particular case, I was really interested in trying the 0.0. Every time I hear 0.0, I hear Kent Dorfman 0.1. Young man, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life. And there was John Blutarsky 0.0. So that's why every time I hear 0.0, I just think of Animal House.
So Val's never had this. I have. I do take breaks from drinking, and I do like to get the 0.0 stuff kind of helps take that edge off when you do, take a month or a few weeks off from drinking. So, Val, I think the only way we can do this is crack it open, get a whiff, and take some swigs.
Yeah, I take a break from drinking too. I call it Monday through Friday. All right, here we go. Again, I like to save the bottle cap, so I use this particular bottle opener. And I love this bottle opener. It's like, I think it's made of iron, and it's a little iron mermaid, but she has this little like peak thing that comes down and grabs the top of the bottle cap and puts a dent in it. So if I'm going to save the bottle cap, I use this one. Kind of boring. I guess it's like part wine bottle opener and part, beer bottle opener. And I call this one Richard Simmons.
We have the same one in red.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I have a red stapler.
Did you take my stapler?
Do you? I was told I could keep my stapler. No, I actually do have the red Swingline stapler. The funny thing about that movie or the stapler is that Swingline did not make a red stapler, so they painted it red for the movie. And then because when it was shown that it was a Swingline stapler and it became so popular, Swingline then came out with a red stapler. But it was
take advantage.
Based on the movie. Yeah, based on the movie. So apparently they didn't care. Ooh, that is a weird smell.
It smells like it does smell like Heineken.
But it's kind of like what am I? It tastes like. I mean, it smells like plants. Does that make any sense?
It smells like weed.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's got that.
It does.
Danky 420 in there.
Wow, that's strange. But Heineken does too. Like I said,
Heineken's a little skunky. So yeah,
I haven't had a Heineken in decades. So I'm gonna pour this in a glass so I can see what it looks like.
No, I didn't bring a glass. I usually do. I knew Val had one.
Right out of the bottle, Rob. No one's going to judge you. I just like to see it in the glass, see what it looks like and everything. And, and by the way, I'm using a Samuel Smith glass. So, it's kind of cheating. Lots of bubbles. I like bubbles.
If you'd have put that next to another beer with alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And didn't tell me this was alcohol free, just by glance.
It looks like a beer.
Difference. It looks like a beer.
Yeah. Wow, it still has that kind of plant kind of smell. I don't know how to describe it other than to say it smells like there's plants in here. And like you said, weed. I'm like, it does smell like weed.
It smells like my 20s.
That's weird.
All
okay.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers. So I'm going to see if it has characteristic fruity notes and a soft malty body.
It tastes like a very light Heineken.
Is Heineken an import or do they make it here?
Well, that is a good question.
That's why I'm looking. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hop extract, and natural flavors. So it's it's a typical like an American beer, hops and malt, right? Lager, I guess, is what you would call this, right? A lager.
I would say so. It says imported by Heineken USA.
Yeah.
So it is probably just brewed here.
But Heineken is an Amsterdam, Holland company.
Yes.
Right? It's Dutch. It's a Dutch company. Alrighty. It's oddly mild. It's very mild. Like beer has that kind of like, I don't want to say tart, I guess from hops you get that tartness even in like a domestic beer. But like it doesn't have that kind of garage beer taste that like Budweiser, you're just like off the shelf Budweiser or Miller or any of those have. It doesn't have that. It's a very mild taste, I think. It's kind of weird.
It doesn't have that bite because the alcohol ain't there.
Well, that's what it is. That's probably what it is. It doesn't have that alcohol bite to it. But even the foam is kind of tasty. It's this is pretty good actually. The thing is, it misses that alcohol bite. So even in some beers where they have a lot of flavor that's not necessarily alcohol, like porters and stouts and really strong beers, or even like a a slightly sour IPA, like a fruity IPA. It doesn't have any of that. It doesn't. It's just like pure beer taste, but with none of the bite or none of the alcohol in it. It's kind of weird. I don't know if this would satisfy somebody who is an avid beer drinker who likes that kind of that alcohol bite from it.
I can chime in on that. All right. So pre-COVID, guys, I had some friends before they moved away. They took, better career opportunity, and took off. Before they moved, every March for March Madness, we would always meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings to watch some games. If I didn't get dropped off, didn't get an Uber, but I had to drive, well, I'm responsible. I don't want a DUI and I don't want to hurt anyone. I'd have my few beers, but I would switch over to, O'Doul's towards the end of the night, let that beer pass out of your system. It does help. You still get the bottle feel. You still get the beer taste ish.
But as somebody who drinks,
substitute.
but you would say you drink beer on a regular basis, right?
Oh yeah.
So for somebody who drinks beer on a regular basis, what is this like? If you had a beer yesterday and you're planning on having a beer tomorrow or whatever, and I was saying one because I don't judge. But if you had like a beer yesterday, you're having a beer tomorrow and everything, how does this fit in with with beer? Besides you taking the responsible thing and drinking an alcohol-free beer for responsible reasons, how is that taste wise or experience wise? How's that for you?
If you get through the first bottle, go to the next one, you still get the feel. It's a mind game. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good substitute.
So, sort of like eating an Impossible Burger and trying to convince yourself that it's meat.
I can't compare there. I haven't had the Impossible meat.
It's not. To me, I like the flavor of the Beyond Meat. I like the flavor of it, but it doesn't have a meat flavor. It doesn't have a beef. It's meaty. The consistency is meaty, but the flavor is not meaty. But I just like that. I like that it's different. So for me, it's like changing it up, and trying something different. That's why I like the Beyond Burger, but I don't, I eat meat as well. So for me, it's just like something to change up. And I just like the fact that it is different. I don't know that, that I would want something that's not beef to taste like beef. That's just me.
It's a good substitute. Now, Val,
that smell blows my mind. That smell blows my, because it's still there. The smell is still there, and it's just it's a smell you don't associate with beer. It's really weird.
Smells like my old school bus driver's jacket.
Do you think it smells like regular Heineken?
A little bit more dank. Like it's been sitting in a closet, aging.
Or a smokehouse.
Yeah, some along those lines. Now, Val, you've been here before. We do 1 through 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Where are you going to place Heineken 0?
Do you want me to compare it to other, place it 1 through 10 against other regular beers, or specifically, or just like on its own?
Just on its own.
Like whether I enjoy it or not. I'm going to give it like a 6. I think I'm going to give it a 6. Reason I won't go higher than that is because, like I said, it's kind of bland. Is that a good word for it? It's kind of bland. It's like it doesn't have any kind of really flavor that kind of jumps out at you and go like, oh, this is different. Oh, I'm tasting some this, or I'm tasting some this, and everything. It's kind of bland for me. I give it a 6 though, more so than a lower score, because it just has that unusual smell, and somehow that's fascinating me. And I like maybe that's not a good thing to judge it on, but I'm just saying, I'm like, the smell it just fascinates me. It's like, why does it smell like that? It doesn't smell like beer. Like when you go into a men's room and you can tell that people were drinking beer because it has that same smell afterwards that it did before and everything. And it's not here. It doesn't have that same smell. But like you said, could be the absence of alcohol. So on its own, a 6. I don't know that I don't know that I would drink this like on a beer night, which for me is a Saturday. I don't know that I would pick this to drink on a beer night. But if I was out like early afternoon or something and having lunch with friends or something, I would drink that again. It's kind of fun.
It does its job as a nice replacement to actual beer.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it just had a little bit more of a flavor bite to it. It tastes like a watered down Heineken.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a 4 on the product. It's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, the only reason that it was higher, a 6 for me, was because that smell is weird. And I'm just like a weird guy. So that's kind of like, I'm kind of digging that smell. It's weird. I mean, most people would probably drink a beer and go like, oh my God, I can't deal with that smell. But the smell of durian doesn't bother me. So,
You've been hanging out with them reckless eating guys way too much. But that is going to wrap up the review, guys. I want to thank Val so much for being here. We have another collaboration from his channel. I don't know what side you're on. From his channel.
I'm on this side.
Coming out real soon. That's going to be linked below. Thank you so much, Val, again. Thank you.
Hey, anytime. Hopefully we'll do more of these in the future.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys check out Val, give him a sub, and thanks so much for watching. As always, I'm RobSwitch.
See you soon.